Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we are going to be looking at forgotten moments in history, photos which have been forgotten in time and are quite impactful and amazing. The first one is this one, an Inuit man from a tribe back in the day in Greenland who is warming up his wife's feet in Greenland, 1890. Look at this. This is effectively something that you don't see back in the days, man, because today, because this is unique. This is crazy, right? Now, the Inuits have been living in Greenland and near the Arctic Circle for generations, longer than anyone else who spent time in these frosty areas. So this is definitely a forgotten photo in time because many people don't even know who the hell the Inuits are in the first place. Now here we have a legend. This man, a 50-year-old man with Down syndrome, retired literally after working for 32 years at McDonald's. That's right. So as you can see here, even people with some quite severe conditions, if they're given a chance, they can perform and become a very good member of society. You just have to give them a chance. Now this is a crazy historical photo. So allegedly, and this is actually true, in 1931 Mary Smith earned 6 pence a week in East London by shooting a pea into the windows of the sleeping workers. Knocker-uppers also used long bamboo sticks, batons and canes to rouse residents of the upper floors. Effectively, back in the day they didn't have alarm clocks because they were too expensive, and this was the only way for people to be waken up in the morning to go to work during the Industrial Revolution era, and this one would be paid by just shooting peas or tiny rocks at the window. That's right, of the people, so they could wake up and go to freaking work. This, guys, is the first McDonald's in Moscow. Opening the day is 1990. It was the largest McDonald's in the world at the time, with seating for 900 and a staff of 600 workers. Now that is just bonkers. Now, of course, sadly right now McDonald's is actually thinking of moving out of Russia because of the conflict, so this photo is even more so relevant in history, as the opening of McDonald's has had a gigantic queue back in the day. This is also a very cool photo of transporting logs in northern Michigan in 1908. These people with these two powerful horses would transport all of these logs. That is just crazy. And of course, as you can imagine, back in the day, the woodsmith people, lumberjacks, had really like a really important job, because back in the day people were starting the industrialization, so this was maybe one of the most important jobs in that century, especially until machines were created, obviously. Now this one is a shocking one. In the 1800s, pit bulls were often called as nanny dogs because of their protective behavior they exhibit around children. Now, if you guys know, pit bulls are actually dogs which can be really violent and really strong, and they can be really dangerous. So for some reason, the pit bulls have a very different behavior towards children, and because of that, these animals were sometimes left with children alone because the parents would trust the dogs that they would guard these kids with their life. So if you had two pit bulls around you and you were a kid, you had nothing to worry about because your dogs would literally protect the hell out of you. That's quite crazy, isn't it? Now this one is not a very interesting one. This is John Lennon and Yoko Ono on their wedding day 50 years ago, March 20, 1969. Of course, this was when this was article was made. Obviously now it's more than 50 years ago, but yeah, quite exciting, isn't it? This is literally like a photo for the ages, isn't it? This is roller skating in style in 1909. That's right, that's how people would roller skate back in the day. This is classy, this is cool, isn't it? This is the way to do it, man. That's insane. And like roller skating with that type of clothes, I mean, in this day and age, people would say that's completely impossible, but people would do that because that was the fashion back in the day. This was the actual fashion. So yeah, quite crazy, isn't it? Now, thinking about Santa Claus, you think about a funny man with a beard, but not so much in the early 900s, because back in the day, Santa Claus costumes were very different, and this is a Santa Claus costume from the early 1900s. There was like a mask which this man would wear with like some weird beard hanging around and stuff, which would make quite children quite unhappy, because who would want to have this guy next to you? Quite insane, isn't it? But yes, this is a Santa Claus costume in early 1900s. Quite insane. Now this, my friends, is a legendary picture, because here we have Ron Howard, Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, Brian De Palma, George Lucas, Robert Zemeckis, and Francis Ford Coppola celebrating Lucas's 50th birthday in 1994. A number of legends at the same desk, at the same table, having dinner together, celebrating this man's 50th birthday. Quite insane, isn't it? This is a classic roller skater working in a fast food company in 1950. This was a classic job back in the day, and it's unique, it's stylish, and you guys all remember this unique photos. Back in the day, people were doing this type of job. This is a classic gypsy or Romani photo of a couple in 1890. That's right, this is a very unique photo. This ethnic of people are very unique in their way, because not only their interesting style of dress, but because they aren't technically from anywhere. The Romanes, also known as the Gypsies, are known for constantly traveling, who are believed to have originated in the northern India, although they're closely related to the Eastern Europe and even the Americas. So yeah, it's a very interesting group of people, and people don't really know their origins. They have a very unique origins, very unique way of dressing as well, and very unique traditions as well. This is a Khalkha noblewoman from Mongolia in 1908. That's right. I mean, I have no clue how much time she has to spend in dressing like that, but yeah, this is the dressing of a noble woman in Mongolia back in the day. That's right. Quite impressive, isn't it? This, my friends, is Felix Baumgartner, becoming the first skydiver ever to break the speed of sound, reaching at 833.9 miles per hour. That is just crazy insane. Look at this. I mean, this guy has achieved literally history. And here, guys, we finish with this unique photo, which is a legendary photo. This is the fully unearthed statue of an Easter Island Moai, which was carved by the allegedly Rapa Nui people, sometimes between the years of 1-50 to 1-500. Obviously, we know that this is false, because this is impossible. This was made by someone else in the past, and just look at the sheer height of this mega structure. Shows that back in the day someone wanted to leave us a message. A hidden, a forgotten civilization, which for some reason we don't understand right now, has made the decision to leave this for us to uncover it, and for us to discover a hidden or a stolen past of humanity. And guys, that's it for today's videos on History World. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Of course, as always, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and as always, I shall see you in the next uploads. Bye.